I'm Daniela Sosa and I'm a senior. I mostly like to visualize my ideas. I think that's my favorite thing about it because I feel like I have just like such a mess in my head, so it's nice to like let it out on paper. So when I do traditional art with like color pencil, I tend to go more realistic, but when I'm doing digital art, I go for a more cartoonish style. I'm more interested in psychology, but I do want to like specialize in art therapy as like a method for people to like let out their feelings or express themselves. So I have like entered in competitions and gotten like ribbons and stuff for rodeo, and then I've also designed things like t-shirts for athletic training. I've designed like things that go on our t-shirts and stuff. So that's like a nice accomplishment. Even though I don't get like an actual reward for it, it's just nice to see my work on it. I don't have like a favorite artist or anything like that, but I do tend to like learn a lot and like techniques and a lot about my style, how to develop it from like people on social media, just like scrolling on there. I think as much as I love digital art, it is a struggle to like learn it because it's like a self-taught medium, right? Like over here, like I learned traditional art from like my art teachers and stuff and like outside art classes, but digital art is just like such a new thing. And it's like kind of yeah, it's kind of hard to translate my traditional style to like, digitally.
The ocean covers about 70% of the Earth's surface. Around 8 million tons of trash enter our oceans every year. That's 2 garbage trucks full per minute. At this rate, ocean plastic will outweigh all of the ocean's fish by 2050. Our oceans regulate climate, act as a home for marine life, and provide the majority of the Earth's oxygen supply. We need to do better. We have to do better. Luckily, you can make a change. By avoiding single use of plastic, using reusable water bottles and bags, and helping pick up trash in your community, you can make an impact. Remember, small changes can make a big difference.
Do you feel safe at the school?
Sometimes I do feel safe at school.
Yes. Very safe. Every day.
Yeah. Cops are there. They can protect us. IDs. Yep. Locked doors.
Yeah, I said feel pretty safe at this school.
Is there anything the school can do that can make you feel safer?
No, not really. Well, maybe have more teachers in the hall or by like the doors.
I guess it's like a pretty alright environment. I don't see why there should be anything to make me feel more safe.
Not particularly, but technically in the bathrooms, like a lot of people do stuff in there. So I don't feel safe in the bathroom.
Do you feel safer here more than any other schools?
In my old school, it wasn't that really because it was just one cop.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, my older school, there was fights every day. Lots of kids were like threatening to like blow up the school, shoot. It was insane. I did not feel as safe there. That's probably why I moved here. Better education and all that as well.
Is there anything the school can do that you think could benefit students or teachers?
Either administrators or our police officers in more of a movement capacity. Typically I see them in the cafeteria only during lunch, whereas anyone knows that not all students eat in the cafeteria. So I struggle with that when there's a door right by the Chick-fil-A. And so it's okay, could we have someone who's either an administrator or a police officer stage there?
I would
like for our students to take a more active stance in terms of safety and security, and take things a little bit more seriously than we necessarily do, and not just in the event of having an active shooter on campus or anything like that, but just even with our simple things that we know that we do.
I think just to continue to focus on, making sure students are wearing the badges and, keeping the doors locked. It's a pain in the butt, different from what we're used to, having to get up and open the door each time, but it's all for, the one time we don't do it when something possibly happens and we're all caught in a bad situation.
How was security like when you were at school?
So I actually went to high school down the street here at Alief Taylor, and we had, by the end of my high school career, we had metal detectors and we had to have clear backpacks, and just in general.
The high school security when I was in high school was an absolute joke. You could walk in and out of that building very easily. There was a main office, but the way that the parking lots worked is if you were a visitor to the building and you followed all the signs, you had to go through the visitors. But I can tell you right now, there were plenty of people, parents who were there for the right reasons, but who just entered from the student parking lot on the other side of the building.
Hi, I'm Ray Morris Barnes, principal of Stratford High School.
Do you think the school is secure?
Secure?
Yeah.
I think it's more secure. When you say the school is secure, it has an assumption that it is totally secure in every area all the time. I think with the new safety measures that we have, I think we're more proactive in ensuring that we are more secure this year than we have been in the past.
Do you think the IDs have made the environment safer?
I do, and I can tell you why. We have different teachers, more teachers on duty than we have before, and they have been at the east entrance and the south lot entrance, and it's easier to know and recognize a Stratford student coming in because we ask them to show us their IDs. Without the IDs, any student could just blend it in with other students and walked in, and there was no distinction to know who was actually supposed to be here and who was not supposed to be here. So in that sense, it's not 100% proof, but it's easier to know our Stratford students because they have our IDs with our lanyards. And so immediately that gives us a better sense of knowing that only the Stratford students are supposed to be in the building are in the building.
Young and flame, he in sicko mode.
To prepare for UIL, we have sectionals every Tuesday or Wednesday for at least 2 months, and then we have full rehearsals for at least 3 weeks until the day of UIL.
We can do either solos or ensembles, which is either on our own or with a group of people, either the same instrument or different instruments, and we just kind of work in class and out of class on perfecting our music so that we can perform it for UIL.
My favorite part of UIL is actually doing the competition because it's relieving to play for the judges.
My favorite part of UIL is the opportunity we have through it, because it's one of the competitions that we can get pretty far in and get achievements and stuff.
Come to the boys soccer game at 7:30 at Totally on Brandon.
Hi, my name's Ben Barrett, and you need to come out to the SBISD FFA auction this weekend. It's on Saturday at the SBISD FFA Barnes.
Hey, I'm Ellie Stevenson. We play the Memorial this Friday at 7:30 at Memorial. Y'all should come and support.